Markets on the rebound today, but our own Pete Najarian says there is one under-the-radar winner that investors may be sleeping on. He's stepping up to the plate with his very own fast pitch. Pete, take it away.
All right, I'm going to start with Sleep Number. Now, this is a name that not very many people know. It's been around for a really long time. They had a name change, but Shelley Eibach has done an absolutely magnificent job, Mel, directing this company for a number of years. She joined the company in 2007. And then by 2012, she became the CEO of the company. She has been navigating this stock higher and higher and higher through a lot of different methods, but some of which were some of the investments that she's made, the marketing that she's done, and some of the partnerships that she's made as well, along with being with the Mayo Clinic, the NFL. So I think that standpoint of the business itself, I think she has just done a magnificent job. On the second side of things, I always like to look at the fundamentals. When I see free cash flows like I see in this company, they got $200 million out of $2 billion market cap. So that's 10%. That's pretty impressive. When you look at the gross margins, you're looking at margins that are plus 60%. That's really impressive. So I like the fundamental side of the story as well. And then when I look at growth and I see that the revenue growth is about 12%, the earnings growth is about 13%, and they've bought back 50%, just about 50% of their outstanding shares. I think they're doing everything right. The stock looks like a rocket ship. It has been, but I think it's going a lot higher still, Mel. And I think some of the folks out in the street, Piper Sandler, for instance, just yesterday was talking about how they think some of the growth is still going and getting a lot growthier as we get into 2021.
All right, let's open the floor to questions. Guy, I believe you have a question for Pete.
Huge fan of his work, as he knows. My one question would be, just play devil's advocate, valuation. I mean, I understand the growth. I understand the cash flow. Are you comfortable with the valuation, given this ridiculous run the stock has had over the last 6 months?
Yeah, and that's a great question, Guy. And when you look at what's really been going on there underneath, yeah, I think that's a very valid question to ask. But I think the reality is the growth that they are seeing from Piper Sandler, and I happen to agree, and we've seen what they've been able to put up in previous quarters. But going forward, I think this is a company that's going to be earning well over $5 a share. If that's the case, I think it's going to be a lot cheaper than it probably appears right now.
Steve Grasso, you got a question?
Yeah, Pete. So when you look at this, as Guy alluded to, this stock has had a monstrous run. But I hear you on the buybacks that they've had. Does the idea of it flirting with the RSI, Relative Strength Index, of 70, which means overbought, does that scare you for a little bit of pullback?
Mm-hmm. A little bit, yeah, absolutely. And all you got to do is look at this chart, and I think all of that scares you. But I think the reality is this is a stock that I think goes higher, especially as other analysts out in the field start to see what they're doing and what their growth looks like for next year or this year.
All right, no more questions. It is time to vote. Are you buying Pete's pitch on Sleep Number? Tim Seymour, what do you say?
Yeah, I don't like the move in the stock, and I don't like the valuation, but I like the segment, and I like Pete sleeping here on this bed. And I do think that this is a story that continues to move higher because this is a trend, and this is a space that I think, again, fits into a lot of these at-home trades.
Tim is like the Van Gogh of fast money. Guy Adami, what do you say?
Wow.
I might not be Van Gogh, but I can. Can you read that, please, my smartboard, please,
My
Melissa?
Sleep Number is 118.
118, yes. 118 is a very lucky number, as some of you in the audience might know. And that's where I think the stock is going. If Pete's power pitching this thing, it's for a reason. I'm with Pedro.
Is 118 a real number on the Sleep Number mattress? I think that's too high.
No idea.
Steve Grasso.
So I'm going to buy Pete's pitch here. And this worked for me. Price targets are magnets in stocks. And the price target usually attracts the stock. I bought Chewy at 68. It traded to 114 today. I bought it because somebody threw out, Jeffries, I believe, a $100 price target. I think this gets to 108, that price target. And then to Guy's point, I think it surpasses that. And I think we could see a $118, $120 number.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.